For the past couple of years, the End update has probably been the most anticipated and equally the most ignored update from Mojang, because literally how could Mojang not ignore the Cave update, which was also highly anticipated by the community back in the days, and not the End update? This dude really needed to calm down. Sorry about that. So that simply raises one question. Just why does Mojang, aka Microsoft, ignore all the players' requests regarding the End update and just not do it? Because as mentioned, the End update is the most anticipated update in the game for many years now, that people always await every Minecraft live, hoping that Mojang will finally show it, only to find out that it's not the End update. Disappointed. Oh, this is it. They're revealing the update. Come on, End update. End update. Off. You. That's literally how my reaction to each Minecraft live has looked like ever since 2020, and I'm far from the only one, in fact. So let's answer this question first. Why do players want an End update in the first place? Because think about it, at one point Mojang had already updated the End dimension back in 2016. So why do players bother this dimension anyways? Well, let's take a look at what other dimensions offer and compare it to the End dimension. Both the overworld and the Nether have strong reasons to explore them. You have crucial progression moments, and just overall they stand out and offer lots of exploration and, more importantly, strong reasons to actually explore them, while the End dimension just doesn't stand out at all in comparison to both of these. The End dimension simply doesn't have any reasons to explore or even visit it, except for killing the dragon, aka completing the game, and perhaps for the shulkers and elytra in case you want to do something after finishing the game, of course. But still, this dimension clearly lacks any reason to actually explore it, and I think having actual reasons to actually explore this dimension that would, for example, play a role in Minecraft's progression is what some of the players would really want in the first place. And if the players could have had some kinds of new ores, gears, weapons, armors, and so on, then the End dimension would probably be more attractive to visit. Because at this point, only about 5% of people do get to the end game according to the Xbox advancement system, and that has probably been an argument for many why people don't need an End dimension update. And at one point they are right, but on the other, again, if people have had an update which changed the End dimension by a lot, then probably more people would have visited it. However, despite how beautiful the community made End dimension improvements such as the better End mod and some of the other mods that exist today are, actually changing the End dimension isn't that easy how the community imagines it. And this is where we actually get to the part why Mojang will most likely refuse to make the End dimension update, unfortunately. And it's also the part where I kindly ask you to subscribe. Subscribe to me to help me get to 10k by the end of summer. No pressure, of course. As you know, the End dimension is here to finish the main game, and what people want to update are maybe the islands that are allocated 1000 blocks away. But you see, while the End dimension does stand out as an empty dimension in the game, updating it wouldn't make much sense, as the other two dimensions offer such an amount of exploration and stuff, because they actually play a crucial role in the progression in order to get to the end game. And in the end, you only get to explore the End islands after you kill the dragon. Or if you like challenges, then you can mine more than 1000 of blocks and just build to the islands by yourself. But no one is actually gonna do that, so I hope you get the point. Every other dimension is pretty much designed to help you get materials to make it to the End dimension, and that's why they offer so much exploration and stuff. However, updating the End would mean a whole redesign of the dimension, either redesigning the entire concept, meaning of dimension and the boss fight, including when and where you actually fight the dragon, or stuff after killing the dragon, so that the players can have fun and reasons to continue exploring the game after completing it. And redesigning a whole entire dimension where you are supposed to end the game isn't that easy, as even redesigning the Nether like Mojang once did. I still think that this is the best Minecraft update ever, hands down. And with all of that being said, let's come to the conclusion. Redesigning the End dimension isn't as easy as many of people may think. Because of the reasons mentioned, in order to create what the community really wants, Mojang will need to redesign a lot of things in the End dimension and make it so good that people will actually have a reason to visit it and not just see it as a useless dimension. Because still, as of today, only 10% of people end up visiting this dimension in the game. And not to mention the fact that Mojang back in 2024 changed their vision for the game. More precisely, they're not gonna do huge updates for the game like they used to do, and since the End update is a massive update that cannot just be seen as a game drop, it's unfortunately pretty unlikely that Mojang will ever begin developing this update. Subscribe.